What does science have to do with the physical and mental torture of innocent people?
Last time on Mysterious Island.
This folio contains the most detailed accounting of a man's gaining of self-knowledge on record anywhere.
Neb.
Hobart!
Under no circumstances mention this meeting or anything at all about my existence to any of the others.
I spent so long trying to convince you only to finally realize that I was wrong.
I don't feel he can be trusted.
This experiment may not take as long as you fear. Won't be long now.
I know it seems insane, but I have to do it. I have to. Please, Joanna, you have to trust me.
Why would you do this to us? We may not have this chance again.
I can't tell you. You just have to trust that I know what I'm doing.
Does this have anything to do with your phantom?
What's the matter, Captain Harding? Cat got your tongue.
Cyrus, just tell me.
You have to believe me. There is no phantom. He doesn't exist.
You're lying to me. We all saw him. We all saw you go into the cave. After all we've been through together, after all the love and trust we've shown each other, do you think you can just do this to me? Do you? Is there some danger? Some logical... Please, something.
Modification of human behavior, entry number 202. Having Captain Harding here in the flesh was probably the best accelerator to the completion of my work here.
The captain and Joanna will be back any moment now. Dinner's not even cooked yet. What's happening with those potatoes anyway?
Nearly ready.
Have you not got dinner ready yet? What do I have to say to make it clear what's expected of you?
Joanna. What's going on with Harding?
Nothing. Just get on with what you're doing. Maybe we'll have dinner by breakfast time tomorrow.
It's almost ready.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Well, anyway, did you talk to him? Did he say anything?
Yes. What exactly is going on?
Captain, you're back just in time. The potatoes might not be fully cooked, but Gideon only picked them an hour ago.
To eat before the sun goes down does seem quite provincial, really.
Well, I don't know what's so sophisticated about fish and potatoes for the 4th time this week. But then again, I'm just a provincial. Isn't that right, Gideon?
Just so.
Well, come and eat before it gets cold.
As you prepared it, Herbert. It's probably only going to get better the longer it sits on the plate.
Oh, stop it. Do you have to bicker constantly? It's enough to drive anyone mad.
So, we should make another trip to that stand of fruit trees soon. Not sure if it's ripe for picking yet, but the last time I looked...
Yes. They didn't seem too far off. Ready for the old squeeze test, at any rate.
Why don't you tell them? We may become whatever we become, but
I didn't know how to explain it to them.
What is all this?
a short while ago, a longboat from a British naval vessel put into the West Bay to take on water. I prevented Joanna from signaling them. It's not a joke.
You let our only means of escape leave here without signaling them? This can't be true. What happened? Were you in on this?
No. This is too much. How dare you? This is too much.
Gideon, don't bother. They've both gone mad. Or, what did he say? What's he said to change you so? You want to be with him, don't you? And so you know you have to remain here because if we're rescued, he'll have to go back to his family. That's it, isn't it? You've finally gotten up the nerve to go through with it, and you just couldn't bring yourself to tell me, could you, Mother?
I didn't think you would cope with the news very well.
How dare you decide for me what I can and can't know? I would remind you that I am 16 years old, and you're not my mother. You never have been. I'll no longer have any part of this. I'm leaving.
This action of yours is an evil one. You can no longer be trusted. Whereas clearly it is you who should be thrown out of here. I am just as happy to be rid of you, regardless of how I achieve that. Let's go.
Whatever you feel about me is understandable, but don't take it out on Joanna. That's unfair.
Unfair? Well, that's an interesting word coming from you.
You two deserve each other.
The HMS Repulse was sunk at precisely...
Thunder. Well, we picked the right day to leave Granite House,
Well, let's just hope we get shelter before the storm hits.
He said I've never been his mother.
He was angry, and justifiably so.
Yes. Angry at what you've done to us all. Here are the new rules. I'll stay here. And you can stay here because I have a profound sense of pity for you. You'll avoid all contact with me as I will with you. We're strangers forced to stay in each other's proximity. That's all we are to each other.
respect everything you have to say. I can only hope that one day you will be given reason for understanding what it is I've done and why. And that you will eventually find it in your heart to forgive me.
We need some of the tools from Granite House. Should have just taken some on our way out.
Well, maybe we should go back tomorrow and get some when they're not there. But for now, let's just get this thing put up.
Well, Herbert, you've outdone yourself. It's an edifice to make the pharaohs blush.
What? Who?
Never mind.
Made you some soup.
There you are.
We're gonna have to do better than fruit, Gideon.
Steady on. Without so much as a rod between us, this will have to do.
Careful, Gideon. Leaning against that pole. It's not gonna be worth much until we support it with something.
Oh, come on. This'll do just fine. It's not as if either of us has to prove he's Jack Pencroft, or indeed Cyrus Harding. What?
Tomorrow we'll go back to Granite House and get the tools to finish this. Until then, I'd appreciate it if you kept your opinions of how I stacked up to my father to yourself.
Wouldn't it be nice if we both had separate sleeping areas? Hmm? And what about a separate living area? And over here, we can have a study. I can continue my work in peace and quiet.
Forget the living space, forget the study, and while you're at it, forget the billiards room. I'm just gonna build us a simple two-room hut so we'll have some shelter for the night.
Herbert, I'm an ideas man. You're a man who can make my ideas a reality. I thought you'd be delighted by the opportunity.
Well, unfortunately, I'm just a simple builder. So while I try to console myself with that fact, why don't you go and get us some food? That way, when I'm done building us a simple two-room hut, we can look forward to some dinner. And you'd do better at fishing if you had a fishing pole.
The fishing pole is back at Granite House with the tools.
So make one! You're not as useless as you like to pretend.
Oh, I most certainly am. Gideon! Gideon! Ain't you miserable?
No one rules us.
You stay away from me!
No one. No one. That may be so. But I can't tell a hawk from a handsaw.
Herbert! I found these on my way along the beach. And the remains of a ship that must have burnt out somehow. Captain Harding accosted me. He started raving at me. So you did go to Granite House, hmm? Did you see anyone?
I didn't go. Those just appeared on the beach. A present from our neighbors.
What is it that you want to have happen? You made me do the most horrible things to my dear friends. Why? What more do you want? There will come a point, Captain, I warn you. There are some pieces of
Captain,
man's
you do
soul.
go on.
You're the one that's mad. A perverted intellect. A man of no worth to this world. You think you're a great man, but you're nothing. Nothing!
Please be quiet. I don't want to listen to your ravings.
No. Joanna, please.
I've eaten enough berries to last the rest of my life. What if they're there? Well, let's hope not. Do you think I overreacted about the situation between Captain and Joanna?
Well, it does seem strange she should have forsaken us for her feelings.
Perhaps I should reconsider. Let's just get the fishing tackle and go. Quickly.
You hear something?
I just want you to know that I care for you very, very much. I just want you to know that I care for you very, very much. That I care for you very, very much.
I'm so sorry for all the trouble that I brought up on your family, Jack. I had no choice. I hope you can understand that. I'm so sorry.
You must never come here again. I want you to have nothing more to do with myself, my family, or my memories. Is that clear?
I feel my sanity leaving me. And I fear for the others as well. What will it take to satisfy you? Answer me! Answer me!
Herbert, would you come in here a moment, please?
Gideon, I'm in no mood to talk to you or anyone else right at the moment, so could you please just go and catch us some fish?
Herbert, I need to speak to you in here, now.
Nobody is going to order me around anymore.
No one rules my life either. Now, please! Come in here.
With all the work I've had to do with Neb, I have neglected to service the new abode of Master Pencroft and Mr. Spilett with the necessary security devices. Perhaps it won't be necessary.
But at least you know the truth now, Herbert. Joanna has treated you like a baby.
Don't you talk about my mother.
What's the matter? She never was your mother. What's the matter? Looking for a pat on the back from Mama? Careful, Herbert. Being bottom of the boxing class at Sandhurst is a long way ahead of a boy who's still tied to his mother's apron strings.
Keep talking, Gideon. I'm not gonna stop until I've hit you!
This has gone far enough. Let's shake hands. What do you say? Hmm? You're everything I said you were, Herbert. And your family are alone.
If you ever come near me again, I'll kill you. Do you understand? Let's see how you like it on your own! And don't forget to build a library and a servant's cook for your maid and butler! You're on your own!
All of them now with only themselves instead of each other.
Elizabeth, won't you join me? I've just made some tea.
She's a fine boat, Father.
I believe it's finally gone. My pencil. Did admirably as firewood. Good stuff. I have become commanding officer of all troops here on this magnificent new British possession. While there have been reports of mutiny, I can assure you they are utterly unfounded. While scurvy remains my chief concern, the men have rallied to their leader. We march forward. God bless you!
No, Jack. Please. No, Jack.
It would appear that the lowest common denominator is about to be reached. Well, you don't look so bad as the rest of them.
Cyrus, are you able to understand me?
Of course I can understand you. You're right next to me.
You've been behaving so strangely lately, I wondered.
I'm perfectly fine. What do you mean I've been acting strangely?
Talking to yourself.
Oh, you know me. A bit eccentric perhaps, but basically stable. Now enough of this. Why don't you collect the girls and we'll go for a spin in the horse and carriage? The girls always seem to have a good time doing that, don't they? Come on, Elizabeth. You think I'm the one that's been acting strangely? What's the matter? Can't cut your tongue.
It's me, Joanna. You're not in Virginia. You're on an island in the South Pacific.
Isn't it over yet?
Nothing's changed. We're still here.
I don't understand. He has everything. It must be over.
Who has everything?
Of course. He doesn't quite have everything, does he?
Now! Now! You'll have it all! Are you watching? Are you ready? I'm coming now! You'll have it all now!
This is going too far.
I thought you said it was human.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Captain Nemo. I believe that, Phantom is what you've been calling me. You've all had a terrible ordeal, I'm sorry. I'm going to take you away from here.
You're taking us away?
Would you mind?
I'm sorry. We're all a little confused.
Perhaps we should go to Granite House. I will explain everything. You were all wonderful. Better than I could have hoped. But I think I let it go on too long.
You're taking us away from here? Cyrus, isn't that wonderful? This man is going to take us home. You'll have to excuse him. He's not been himself.
As I said, I'm taking you all to New Zealand. It's over. You've been rescued. Do you understand me? You see, you were all part of my experiment. The reason Captain Harding stopped you from signaling that ship, Joanna, was because I wouldn't let him. You see, that British ship that you saw eventually met an unfortunate end.
I found some debris myself. Remember Herbert?
Is that true, Cyrus? Did you save our lives?
It was nothing really, Elizabeth. Now we're here for a picnic. We'll all have a lovely swim later. What do you say?
This part is over now.
Why did we have to go through all this?
I'm sorry for all the horrible things you had to deal with. Very few on my account, of course. And I did manage to save your lives once or twice during the time you were on the island, remember?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for everything.
No, not at all. You have more than repaid any debt you may have owed me by being part of this historical experiment. All your names will go down in history, though I suppose that is small recompense for the way things have finally turned out.
When can we leave?
Pack your things and do what you have to do to get ready to go.
Did we do something wrong? We must have done something to deserve this.
No, you did nothing. I was wrong, Herbert. Not you.
Is it time to leave?
Yes, of course. I will need some help with my craft, the Nautilus. Gideon, do you think you could come and give me a hand?
Wait. You forgot your pistol.
Thank you, Herbert. Gideon, will you take it? It will be dark soon. I wonder, could I ask you to light a bonfire on the beach so that we won't have any trouble finding you from the Nautilus? Yeah, and someone might like to release the animals before we go, else they may starve.
When should we meet you on the beach?
We should meet around sunset.
We should go and take care of those animals. Will you be all right while we're gone?
Yes, Elizabeth. I'll go down to the beach and light the bonfire.
When did you realize?
Well, the captain met Gideon on the beach and gave him a couple of clues. He said no one rules my life, and something about a hawk and a handsaw. That, plus the handkerchief and the knife he left in the toolkit for me, told us something was going on with the Phantom.
A hawk and a handsaw?
It's a line from Shakespeare. The captain knew Gideon would understand he was only pretending to be mad. From that point on, we just followed your lead. He is only pretending, isn't he?
I don't know.
Well, how did you know?
Cyrus whispered it all to me when he was holding me down after I'd seen the boat full of British sailors. He said they'd probably be blown up, and that if he said anything to us about Nemo, then Nemo would never let us off the island, and he'd kill Neb.
Neb? What do you mean?
Look, he didn't have time to give me any details, but it seems that he thinks Neb is still alive, and that Nemo has him.
I remember this now. You brought me on board. You had me think my father was here. That I was a young man.
Whatever I did, I hope you will find it in your heart to forgive me.
What did you learn from your experiments?
The results were not what I expected. I learned a valuable lesson about people. You're also decent to each other. No matter what I threw in your path, you helped each other over the obstacle. And that's what changed me. That's the real result of all this.
I hope it was worthwhile then.
Worthwhile and only just in time. As I have to leave this place, I would have had to leave you all behind to fend for yourselves, and I doubt if you would have lasted long in your present state.
You might be surprised by how much resilience is left in us. I know we haven't appeared too cohesive a force of late, but...
You think you would have all pulled together again?
Yes, I think so.
Well, thank you, Gideon. You have opened my eyes once again to the potential of the human spirit. Won't be long now.
Even though we worked so long and hard to catch them, it still felt good to let them go.
You know, this is the first time I've ever left somewhere and not felt in the least bit sad.
I know. We've learned and done some things that are quite valuable, but I don't know what use they'll be to us when we get back to civilization.
You've grown up so much, Herbert. Become a man. I think everything we've done here has helped us all to grow. There's nothing wrong with that. Come on, let's go home.
Captain? Captain.
Joshua, what are you doing here?
Here it is, the signal fire. I have a surprise for you, Gideon. Up. Wait here.
Neb, is it you? Is it really him? He looks so different. What's happened? He thought he was dead.
He hasn't responded completely to my treatment. But I think some fresh air and some time spent with Captain Harding will bring him back to himself. Now, unfortunately, we will be under the water for many months. So when you go to get the others in the longboat, perhaps you could take him along for the ride. And I think it would do Captain Harding some good to see him.
I think it will too. You really are the most amazing man, aren't you?
Modification of human behavior, entry number 207. It will be interesting to see how they are in 6 months' time. Does devastating disappointment create a stronger will to survive? Or does it crush the spirit completely?
What's going on?
I don't know.
I can't see him. Oh no. He's leaving.
He's not coming for us?
He's leaving us here.
He was never going to take us with him. Once he gave us Neb, he was never going to let me near him on that boat. But he'll be back. And we'll be ready for him.